Hello and welcome to another pen video from me, Penultimate Dave. So I have another 10 pens currently inked for this week. I think let's go through these briefly one by one. We'll go through them in a little bit more detail and then we'll do a writing sample. So from left to right we have the Visconti Chatterley Luxuries, and this is the Southwest. We have a Montegrappa, and this is a Bartolomeo Ferracina in shiny circles. We have a Taccia Miyabi Winter's Breath. We have a Visconti Brunelleschi. We have an OMAS 360. We have a Pilot Custom Urushi in Vermilion. We have a Urushi Studios India in the Xiphos R in an Aka Tamenuri. We have an Atelier Lusso Carina in the Black Ice. We have a Visconti Divina in the Desert Spring, and a Visconti Divina in the Elegance Brown. So I think let's take a look at these pens in a little bit more detail. So this is the beautiful Visconti, and this is a Chatterley Luxuries exclusive, and this is dubbed the Southwest. And there were only, you can see here, 20 of 28 available. And this is number 20 there. So you can see this material. It's a celluloid material. It's a really beautiful sort of hue between a red and a black and a blue. It's just a stunning material. And this comes with rose gold trims. And if you have a look here, you'll see a lovely rose gold nib, and that's an 18 karat gold Visconti medium nib with an ABS plastic feed. You'll notice that it also has the hook safe lock mechanism, and then on the cap band here, or the body band I should say, you have this sort of skyline of the southwest of the US, I believe. In the size of my hand, this is actually quite a nice size. I can also post the cap if I want to. I typically don't. It's celluloid. I typically try not to post caps as much as possible. I typically only post them on smaller pens. But I do find that this is a really nice size. It's a power vac filler. It's a single reservoir, but I absolutely love this pen. And I do have some others pens. I have a Speakeasy in this celluloid material, and I also have two St. Basils. So I do like this celluloid a lot. So I have this pen inked up with me this week. Another one that I had inked up recently was this one, and this is the Montegrappa Bartolomeo Ferracina, and this is the Shiny Circles celluloid. And this is an absolutely stunning celluloid there. It really is beautiful. It comes with a clock on the end, and you can see it's got the correct time there. It's a quartz movement, and it's got a solar black circle here, so it will recharge itself, which is good. I do like that. It would be nice if this was a mechanical clock, but unfortunately it's not. But if you unscrew this here, you'll see a very large Montegrappa nib. It's a number 8 size nib, and it's an 18 karat gold medium nib with a very low profile feed there. But this is very, very good. It's very good size. It's quite a weighty pen. I can post this, but it becomes very, very back weighted. I wouldn't want to do that. So all of this is solid silver. So it is a weight. That cap is quite heavy, and obviously you've got the silver there on the section. But I love this pen a lot, and I'm glad that I was able to pick this up when I did. The next pen I have inked up this week is, again, this beautiful Taccia Miyabi Winter's Breath, and it's a stunning, stunning pen. All of the white areas are quail's eggs crushed and then put back together again, and effectively maquillé glued onto the pen with strips of abalone for the Varden. This is a beautiful, beautiful pen. and I am still in awe of the absolute beauty. I miss the original version of the Winter's Breath, and it was one of these sort of situations where I just felt it was slightly too expensive for what I wanted to pay, and I waited and waited and waited and hoped the price would come down, and it didn't, and I lost out. So when this became available, the new version in this cigar shape for the Miyabi, I decided even though it was even more expensive, I decided FOMO kicked in, and I just had to go and buy it. So I did buy this one, and I really, really like this. It has a number 6 size nib. It's a Taccia nib there, and it's an 18 karat gold nib, and it's sorry, a 14. Is it 14 karat? No, 18 karat gold nib, and it's a broad nib there, and it writes like a Western medium, and because it is an Asian pen, Asian nib, so I just like that a lot, and I like writing with it. And it has, like, because the Taccia nibs are made by Sailor, it has that Sailor kind of feedback to the nib as well. The next pen here is a Visconti, and this is the Brunelleschi, and I like this pen a lot. It's terracotta slate tiles, and it's ground down into dust and then infused with resin, blended together, and it creates this very lovely smooth terracotta like rubbery material. I'm hesitant to say rubber because I know people have dropped these and the caps crack and shatter, but it does feel rubbery to me. It's just that maybe it's like it's more of a coating that they put on top of it, perhaps. This has a 23 cap palladium nib, and it's inked up this week. It's a medium nib, but I just love the size of this pen. It's a Paravac filler. It's a single reservoir, so like this one here, but it looks the part, and I like how it writes. Now, I've not written with the next pen for a while now, and I decided I really need to write with this. This is the OMAS, and it's a 360, and you can see here if I rotate it, it's like a pyramid pen. It's basically a pyramid. So it's a triangular pyramid style pen. This is a resin, a cotton resin, and it's not a screw cap, but it's a pull cap, and you can see here that it is that pyramid shape even on the section. And this has an OMAS, and it's an oblique medium nib, and you can just see that there, OM, oblique medium. And this is a piston filling pen, so I decided I needed to write with that this week, and you can post a cap as well. It makes it very long, but you can if you really want to. But it's a nice pen, and I decided that I would ink that one up. The next pen is this beautiful Pilot Custom Urushi in the Vermilion, and this is a Urushi pen. It's a red Urushi in Vermilion red, and this is a beautiful pen. You can see here it says, if I move it here, to Pilot made in Japan, and it's custom Urushi, and you'll see the ring there. This is a honker of a pen. Look at the size of that nib there. That is a 30 size Pilot nib, and it's a fine medium. And in the size of my hand, this is a big pen, and you can post it if you really want to, but it's crazy. It does actually have I think it's not inked up. Actually, it is there. I thought I had uninked it, and I was going to refill it with another ink. So it does have a Pilot Con 70 push button converter there. So it does hold a lot of ink, and it does have this ebonite feed there as well. But it is a lovely, lovely pen, and I do like writing with that a lot. The next pen is this one, and again, it's another Urushi pen. This is the Urushi Studio India Xiphos R, and this is in Tamenuri. And this is a pen that I got from Vivek. I bought from Vivek at Urushi Studio India, and this is a really beautiful pen. It has a GM nib, GM custom nib on it, and it is a broad nib there. Is it broad? Medium. Why did I think it was a broad? I think it's because it's a Yovo nib, and I keep thinking I like broad nibs, and I go for the broad nibs. I did get this in a medium nib, and that is I think because I've been writing with medium nibs more than broad nibs lately, and I bought it with a medium nib. That was the reason why. But typically I would go for a broad nib. This is a cartridge converter pen. I love this Urushi finish. I love this Tamenuri. It really is beautiful. So for me, I had to buy that one, and I've had it inked up every now and again, and I have it inked up this week as well. The next pen is an Atelier Lusso Carina, and this is the Black Ice Alumilite. Alumilite is a material. It's a blend of resin and other materials. So this particular one, you will see here, has some metal flakes in it. And you can just see that there. And you'll see it right on the end here of that piston knob. So there's lots of flakes all the way around this pen. And you'll see a few more around here as well on the cap. And it's a beautiful pen. I like this. I wanted a sort of... There was a Alumilite with made with fir cones, and I thought, or pine cones, I think it was, and I wanted that, and it was going to be a little bit more difficult to turn it. We found this material, and I liked it, so I decided to get a pen made in this material. It really is beautiful. So this has a Yovo nib, and this does have a broad nib, not a medium nib. And I love how it writes. So this is inked up this week. Again, these Carinas, you can post the caps if you want to, but I don't know, do you really need to post a cap to make a pen that long? Like, let me know in the comments below. Like, I really don't know. I know there's a lot of you out there that post your caps, but if you have a pen that is that long already, do you need to then post a cap to make it that long? Let me know, because I'd be interested to know about this, because I know a lot of you do worry about losing your caps or putting them down and having them roll off of desks. So I understand that you want to post the cap, but do you post caps on pens that make it ridiculously long? So let me know, because I'd be very interested in finding that out. The next pen is a Visconti Divina, and this is the Desert Spring. This is a celluloid, not a resin. It's a beautiful, beautiful celluloid, and you can just see that here. It's absolutely stunning, and I like this celluloid a lot. This has a Visconti 23 cat palladium medium nib there, and in my hand, you can see it's quite long. Has a captive converter or captured converter, and then if I post the cap again, it is very long. So I just don't want to post these caps. Now, this is faceted, and these facets do rotate, twist around the pen, and you'll see it here when I compare it to the next one, whereas this one actually has silver rods, and they are sterling silver. So the Desert Spring is inked up this week, and then I have this one, which is the Divina Elegance in brown, and this has the silver rods. That is sterling silver, and this has a beautiful, beautiful brown. You may be able to see it there as I catch the light. There's quite a bit of chatoyance going on, some dark and light areas in this material, and it really is quite stunning. So I have this one. This is a Visconti nib, a 23 carat palladium medium nib again, and again I like this. I like this in the size of my hand, and it really is a beautiful, beautiful pen. So I have that one inked up with me this week as well. So I think with that, let's go and do a writing sample. So the first pen is the Visconti Chatterley Luxuries Southwest. So I think let's do an ink swatch. Now I've had this pen inked up a lot over the last few months since getting this pen, and I really, really do love it. It's a great, great writing pen, great nib. So this is the Visconti, and it's the Chatterley Luxuries Southwest, and it's a medium, and it's an 18 karat gold nib. And then the ink in here is Mont Blanc, Corn Poppy Red. The next pen is the Montegrappa Bartolomeo Ferracina. So we'll do an ink swatch. And you can see this is a nice wet writing nib. So this is the Montegrappa Bartolomeo Ferracina, shiny circles, and it's a medium, and it's an 18 karat gold nib. Just going to fit that on there. And then the ink in here is Diamine Earl Grey. The next pen is the Taccia Miyabi Winter's Breath. So we'll do an ink swatch. And the ink in here, like I find a lot of Sailor nibs, and this is basically a nib made by Sailor. I do find them not to be super wet writing nibs. A lot of them are fairly dry. So this is a dry nib, and I've got a dry ink in there, which makes it even more drier. So this is the Taccia, and it's the Miyabi, and it's the Winter's Breath. And it's got a broad, and it's an 18 karat gold nib, I think. Yeah, 18 karat gold. And then the ink in here is Pelican, Edelstein, and it's Topaz. The next pen is the Visconti Brunelleschi. So we'll do an ink swatch. And I just love this ink. It's a Bordeaux colour. And I don't know, maybe even more of a Shiraz actually. But this is a nice ink. So it's a Visconti, and it's the Brunelleschi, and it's got a medium 23 karat palladium nib. And then the ink in here is Aurora and Klinger, and it's Alt or Old Bordeaux. But that for me is an ink that's really written well in this pen, and I like writing with. The next pen is the OMAS 360. So we'll do an ink swatch. Now this is an oblique nib, so I tend to find that I need to write with this on a slight angle for it not to make it a little bit more smoother. So this is the OMAS 360, and it is the cotton grey resin. I was thinking cotton resin, and that's why I put the R. And it's an oblique medium, and it's an 18 karat gold nib. And then the ink in here is Diamine Earl Grey. The next pen is the Pilot Custom Urushi in the Vermilion. So we'll do an ink swatch. And I love this ink a lot. So this is the Pilot Custom Urushi in the Vermilion. And it's a fine medium, and it's an 18 karat gold, I think. Just double check, 18 karat, 750. And the ink in here is Mont Blanc, and it's Corn Poppy Red. And you may have noticed that I have been able to do a little bit of line variation. You can see there that line variation. Really nice. The next pen is the Urushi Studio India Xiphos R in Aka Tamenuri. So we'll do an ink swatch. And this is a Yovo steel nib. This is a Urushi Studio India Xiphos R for regular in Aka Tamenuri. And it is a medium nib, and it's a steel nib. And then the ink in here is Diamine, and it's Poppy Red. The next pen is the Atelier Lusso Carina, and this is in the black ice, Alumilite. So we'll do an ink swatch. And this is a broad nib. So this is an Atelier Lusso Carina in the black ice. And it is a broad steel Yovo nib. And then the ink in here is Monteverde. And it's Mango Mousse, which is a really lovely mango coloured ink. The next pen is the Visconti Divina in the Desert Spring. So we'll do an ink swatch. And this is just a beautiful pink ink. Very vibrant, hot pink. So this is the Visconti Divina, and this is in the Desert Spring. And it's a medium, and it's a 23 cat palladium nib. And then the ink in here is Pilot, Iwashizuku, and it's a Sutsuji. And then the final pen is a Visconti Divina Elegance in brown. So we'll do an ink swatch. And you can see here, it's still quite a wet nib, although there is some shading going on. So this is the Visconti Divina, and it's the Elegance in brown. And it is a medium, and it's a 23 cat palladium nib, and the ink in here is Waterman Absolute Brown. So I think let's take a look at these pens inked up one more time. So we have the Visconti Chatterley Luxuries Southwest in a medium 18 karat gold nib inked up with Mont Blanc Corn Poppy Red. We have a Montegrappa Bartolomeo Ferracina in shiny circles in a medium 18 karat gold nib inked up with Diamine Earl Grey. We have a Taccia Miyabi Winter's Breath in a broad 18 karat gold nib inked up with Pelican Edelstein Topaz. We have a Visconti Brunelleschi in a medium 23 karat palladium nib inked up with Vora and Klinger Alt Bordeaux. We have an OMAS 360 in the cotton grey resin in an oblique medium 18 karat gold nib inked up with Diamine Earl Grey. We have a Pilot Custom Urushi in the Vermilion in a fine medium 18 karat gold nib inked up with Mont Blanc Corn Poppy Red. We have a Urushi Studio India Xiphos R in an Aka Tamenuri medium steel nib inked up with Diamine Poppy Red. We have an Atelier Lusso Carina Black Ice, and this is with a broad steel nib inked up with Monteverde Mango Mousse. We have a Visconti Divina Desert Spring in a medium 23 karat palladium nib inked up with Pilot Iwashizuku Sutsuji. And then we have a Visconti Divina Elegance Brown in a medium 23 karat palladium nib inked up with Waterman Absolute Brown. So there you have it. That's my currently inked pens for this week. Thanks for watching. Please like, comment and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next pen video.